What's up? My name is Billy Ray Spriggins.
Billy Ray. What do you like to be called?
Call me Bill. Still Bill.
That's what I call you still. Okay. Where you from?
From Fort Worth, Texas.
What part of town?
North Side. Dog City. The Hill.
What school did you go to?
North Side High.
Okay. Okay. How old are you, Bill?
50 plus.
You have any brothers and sisters?
I got one biological brother and 2 sisters.
Okay. Who's the oldest?
I'm the oldest.
What's that like being the oldest?
I mean, what can I say? I always been a protector, so you know that's probably what it is if you're the oldest of any sibling. You know.
Did you steer him out of trouble?
I tried to, bro. Shit.
It didn't
We
work.
was like shit 17 months apart, so you know how that is.
Yeah. So when you was growing up, did you have both parents in the house?
No,
Okay.
not my daddy,
Okay.
but my brother daddy. You know, he was the man in my life early part.
Okay.
You know,
Okay. What was that like?
man, that was some of the best times, bro.
Really?
You know, when you got your mama and you got your daddy.
Yeah.
Now, you know, your daddy, the one showed you how to ride a bicycle for the first time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can remember him riding behind me, pushing me, then letting me go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Stuff like that, man. See,
Yeah.
you never forget stuff like that.
Right. That's like burned into to the forefront of your head.
Oh man, I mean, hey man, that's just stuff that you put in your crown for when you become a daddy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like a blueprint.
Yeah.
You gathering tools for your toolbox. Okay. What's your definition of a father?
My definition of a father is, of course, a protector, a provider, somebody who gonna discipline you, a friend, you know, your confidant, you know, I mean, somebody who you can always depend on.
Right.
That's the definition of a father to me.
Okay.
You know, a whole lot of us as men fall short of that. You know what I'm saying?
So, what was it like growing up without your dad in your life? Did you feel like he was missing something?
Yeah, I did, you know, because I heard my cousin them talk about their dad, thing that they did, you know, regardless if their dad was in the house with them, they went to spend summers with their dad, you know what I'm saying? So they had those stories to come back and share. But, you know, me far as my dad, nah, I didn't have a relationship with my daddy, man.
Not at all.
Not at all,
Okay.
man. Not at all. My relationship with a father figure was with my brother's daddy.
Okay. Okay. What age do you think you was when you realized that your dad wasn't involved in your life? When did it start? When did you start kind of like, man? What?
Shit. When I was about 2,
Okay.
man, I was smart, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was smart when I was a little kid, man.
Yeah.
You know, I hate to say that, but man, things that I remember now, man, I'm like, damn, man, I remember all that.
Really?
Yeah, so, you know, man, my mom told me about my dad when I was young. I always know who he was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like your daddy is this man or that man or that man. I knew who my daddy was. It's just that he wasn't a part of mine.
You mentioned that your mom told you about your dad. Can you remember what she said to you?
Yeah. She said, your daddy name is Nathaniel Green.
Mm.
So hey,
Just like that.
just like that. So then I should always know, like, my dad, granddaddy, not his daddy, his granddaddy, used to always come, and pick me up as a little kid. You know what I'm saying? I used to
Right.
always wonder, we got all these little kids around this house, but he always put me in the front seat.
Wow.
I get the first, so to say, I get the first pick at the plum tree when we go down to the plum tree.
Wow.
You know, I mean,
That
so
was cool.
yeah, so I mean, I always had that side of my family, for my dad's peoples,
Yeah.
his granddaddy. He always included me. So man, I mean, I'm always gonna respect Oscar Biggins, man.
Do you remember your response when your mom told you about your dad?
Well, I mean, not really, but I remember when I first met my dad when I was 13 years old.
Okay.
We was in my grandmother's living room. She said, this is your dad. So when I met him for the first time, like I said, man, I was 13 years old. And when you 13 now, man, you pretty much then grew up during my time growing up. When you 13, you pretty much thinking that you ain't grown. You know what I'm saying? You just now starting trying to talk back to your mom and
Right.
stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Start smelling yourself.
So yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah.
You liking little girls and shit. So
Mm-hmm.
so then when you meet your daddy, I don't know whether or not to call him by his first name or daddy, because shit just felt funny.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? It felt funny when I stopped calling my brother daddy and my daddy. That hurted me more than anything.
Really?
Yeah, man, when I was 10 years old, 10, 12 years old, I started calling him by his first name instead of daddy. But, that was during a period of my life. I tried to get to know my daddy,
Okay.
so to say.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Still without the what I'm gonna say, still without the physical connection. You connect on a telephone, things like that, but never no physical interaction, man.
Wow. At any point, did you hate your dad? Yeah, they kind of.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
Of course I did, bro. I used to always, especially, man, my mama being in a relationship, boy, she had guys, beat her up and shit, man. And I'm like, man, nigga, man, where my daddy at, man? What this nigga, he can't come get me
Wow.
away from some shit like this.
Yeah.
But then, that would toughen me up, because I was like, man, I can't wait till I become a man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I had all that resentment growing up, especially when I had my kids.
Okay.
Man, my kids, they knew my mom and they knew they mother and father, but then they say, Daddy, when we gonna meet your dad? That's the one time where I didn't like my dad then. So to say, I kind of disrespected him. I wrote him letters. I wrote him one letter.
Okay.
And, tell him how I felt. Told him, how I'd never be like he was.
Wow. You put
You know
all
what I'm
that.
saying? Yeah, man. I even told him that, if I owed my dad like $500, and I went so far to say, if you want your money, you're gonna have to come get it.
Wow.
I felt like that, man. And it was time where I felt like shit, man, I'll take this nigga on Maury Parrick show, or anything.
Damn.
I thought like that. But
Yeah.
but it took me some time to just get that out of me. The more better father that I became to my kids, the less hate that I had in my heart for my daddy. You know what I'm saying? So, we had a talk when I was 48 years old. Now I take it back, 44.
Okay.
That's when we kind of came back into each other's life, because that's when his daddy passed away, and I went to the funeral.
So growing up as a child, what can you remember the first time you met him? You said you was at your.
Yeah, man. I was 13 years old, man. I met him.
So how many times after that did you see him? Did you like?
I seen him. Well, you know what? I mean, I had a chance to see him, man. This is a funny story. I had a chance to see my daddy, man, when I was 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
My great granddaddy, when I tell you about, the one used to come get me when I was a little bitty boy.
Yeah.
He come pick me up. He said, "Baby, come on, let's go ride." He used to always come get me. He said, "We're going to see your daddy."
Mm.
So he took me up to the house where my grandmother, may she rest in peace, where she live at right now.
Yeah.
The house there, he was up that house. So my granddaddy, you know, he drinks a little bit,
Yeah.
but shit, man, I go anywhere with him. So when we got out the car, we was getting ready to go in the house. He knocked on the door, and his son came to the door, which was my granddaddy, my daddy's daddy. And he said, "Oh," he said, "Man, my grandbaby come and see his daddy." And he said, "Oh, this ain't a good time right now."
Wow.
He said, "Man, what you mean?" And you know, and then
this is his daddy saying.
yeah, and so
Okay.
and so you know, man, me being, I ain't gonna lie, I was 10 years old, man. I was like, "Man, take me home."
Yeah. You felt that.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
I knock on wood. Did I say fuck him or fuck them? It was one of them. He said, "Boy, watch your mouth." I said, "Man, just take me home. Take me home."
Dang.
And that's when I seen him when I was 13. When I seen him when I was 13, you know, him, his wife came by, they picked me up, took me to go buy me some little school clothes, a few items.
Yeah.
You know, bought me a little basketball goal, which the only thing that he ever bought me that I cherished the most was that basketball goal and shit. So, yeah, man, you know, and giving me like $30. Like
Yeah.
what, 7th grade. Yeah, man.
Now I want to talk about the pain and the anger. You kind of briefly touched on it earlier.
This nigga like he Oprah, the pain.
Hey, I'm trying to get it out there, man.
Nah, man, I hear you.
Has it? Of course, my question is probably a rhetorical question. Has it been painful not having a father around?
I mean, I already told you that. I mean, only painful part was you didn't have that protector.
Okay.
You know, I would have been cool if you just been the provider. You know, sunk that child support goddamn check in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I didn't have either of that, so that made it kind of tough. But yeah, man. But for us, pain now, man. I wouldn't change nothing that I done been through in my life. Cause man, God done put some good peoples in my life, man. You know what I'm saying? He put some great peoples in my life.
Good. Yeah.
So to say that just cause my daddy wasn't there, I mean, he could have been dead. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't. I mean, what can I say? You know, you gonna grow.
Right.
You know,
Right.
pain gonna make you grow, man.
Yeah.
Can't grow without no sunshine. So if you always gonna be sad and shit, you ain't gonna go nowhere.
Right. Has not having a father around, has it affect you more that you're older? Do you understand it better now that you're older?
No, I mean, not having a father around just prepared me to be the man that I am toward
Right.
my kids.
Right. Okay.
You know, being a father, bro, you can't be selfish and shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be selfless.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? When you
Yeah.
being a father, you gotta be selfless. You know, it ain't about you no more. You know,
Nah.
it's about them little girls or them boys you got to look after of. You know what I'm saying? So, no, man.
I know. I know. Yeah. me out at only 4.